Good morning, it's day 66 and decided to carry on and push into the Araroas. My knee is feeling much better this morning, so that's a bit of a surprise, but I'll take it. So we're heading up to Te Matawai Hut, up the first push up into the ranges, so it should be fun. It's going to be a lot of uphill, and I've got a really heavy pack today with lots of food and water, so it's going to be a struggle, but hey, it'll be fun. It's a really nice trek through here. I haven't really started the big climb yet, but still going upwards a bit and really enjoying it. It's a lovely bit of bush. Some really difficult bits, a little bit of mud and rocks, but yeah, having fun. Knob, yeah, wow, what a gut buster. That was a climb, 700 meters up, and it was basically straight up the hill all the way without any rest. Oh boy, I am absolutely naked, but luckily I think it's reasonably flat from here on to the hut. Well, not flat, but I mean it'll be up and down, no net altitude gain, so should be a bit easier going. I'm going to stop here and have some lunch and a long rest. On the way up today, it occurred to me that today is February the 2nd, which is the third anniversary of my accident, so that's given me cause to reflect a bit on where I've been and what I've done, what I've achieved, and I've gone from lying flat on my back on a hospital bed, unable to move my legs at all, to walking 1,500 kilometres, and I've even got to the stage now where I can contemplate taking on the formidable Araroa ranges. So I'm very pleased, very happy. My progress has been tremendous, and I'm not back to the way I was yet, but I'm pretty close, and I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. So yeah, it's a very happy day, and yeah, I'm just loving being up here in the ranges. It's just a fantastic environment. I'll show you some scenes if I can find somewhere where I can get a peek out across the ranges. That's the main Araroa range along the back there. We're going to be up there tomorrow, and I'm not sure, but I think that might be Mount Crawford there, which we have to go over the top of. That's going to be fun. Down here in the foreground is Levin. There's a little lake behind it, and then the west coast. And if you look in the far distance past the lake, you can just see Mount Taranaki, or at least I can see it. I hope it comes through on the video. You can see Taranaki, a little bit of cloud floating around it. And then if we turn over this way, straight ahead there, you can see some cloud and a bit of a mountain. As Mount Ruapehu. We can choose whichever track we like, so long as it's a very muddy one. I made it to Te Matawai Hut. Oh boy, that was hard. hard. The last section was just sort of a crawl. I completely run out of steam, just hit the wall. But I made it here. So there's the hut I'm just staying at. Some bunk rooms in there somewhere. And I haven't explored it properly yet, but time to put my feet up. 4:30 and I'm well and truly munted. So nice long rest here. And then we'll see what tomorrow brings. Good morning, day 67, and we're on the trail as you can see, but yeah, started out with a lot of bush bashing to avoid fields of mud, and then straight into steep uphill, and that's going to be it for a large, well, also all morning at least, if not a large part of the day. So that's going to be fun, but we're going well so far. Good night's sleep last night and feeling refreshed. Goblin Forest. Those ridges on the skyline in the distance in the centre there. The far left hand pointy one, we climbed up from our hut last night up to the top of that, and then we've trekked all the way along this jagged ridge on here and then down and then back up to where we are now. That's a long way. Our hut for the night. Well, I'm done for the day, that's for sure. I am well and truly cooked. Made it to the hut. We're at Nichols' hut. This is the hut here. Oh, you can just see the roof of it here. Tomorrow we're up that hill and beyond. But yeah, for now, a nice long rest. I've been hiking today with Shane and Charlene and Claire and Dean, and it's been really nice having company, but also having the security of having somebody else with me, if something went wrong. So that's really comforting. So particularly when you're in a place like this, which is so remote, and we're basically 2 days from anywhere now. So yeah, that was good. Today was just huge. It was wow, it was a really nice hike, but and fantastic views all the way along, and some beautiful forest. Those mossy forests were just amazing, but hard. Very hard. This is probably the hardest tramp hardest tramping track I've ever been on. It was just steep and muddy and rooty and rocky, and just really difficult. We've been going for, oh golly, how long is it? 10 hours, nearly 10.5 hours of hiking over very difficult terrain. It was full on rock climbing in places. It was so steep and just rocky faces. We had to clamber up or down. Yeah, pleased to have somebody with me. And yeah, it's been a fantastic day. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow we'll bring more of this. We've got to go up to the top of Mount Crawford tomorrow, then a long downhill, and then some valley walking to get to Waikanae. Yeah, Waikanae Hut, that's the name of it, and then maybe on to Araroa Hut. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. The plan coming in today was to start really early, walk to here, and then reassess, see whether or not we wanted to carry on from here to Waikanae today, which is another 4 or 5 hours, something like that, hiking. Mainly because this hut is really small. It's only 6 bunks, and we know there's probably about 11 at least trampers coming along this trail today, so it's going to be a tight squeeze, and the weather tomorrow is going to be not that great. It's going to be howling wind, so up the top of Mount Crawford is not going to be that pleasant. So we were thinking we'd get to here and reassess and decide whether or not we could get to Waikanae, but everybody got here and it was unanimous. Everybody was completely shagged, so yeah, we're stopping here and we're just going to have to squeeze in. Good morning, it's day 69 and we just left the hut. See, the wind is howling, and as we predicted, so we've got a couple of hours of this, so up to more exposure, and then we start coming down the other side, so hopefully we don't get blown off.
Forward and 3,000 metres down.
Pretty good swing bridge. It's the first one in the Araroas, and pretty long and wobbly. This will be fun. Yeah, very pretty river down there too. That was fun. No, I wasn't expecting it either.
Got you all the way. That took you a minute.
Another big swing bridge. Much bigger bridge than the last one, and a much bigger river. Looks really nice, really attractive at the moment. I could dive in there and have a swim. My day is done at last. It's been 13.5 hours on the go, and it's hard trail. We only did 17.5 k's, but 13.5 hours shows you how difficult it was. We started off up on the range, up at the hut, and had to traverse the ridges and climb Mount Crawford, and then along some more ridges and come down, and the wind was howling. It was incredibly strong. It was gusting well over 100 k's an hour. Some of the razorback ridges that we were crossing were incredibly narrow, and some of them we had to just get down on hands and knees. It was the only way to get across the ridge, because if it stood up we would have just been blown off the mountain. It just would have been gone, chucked out of here. So that was a very exciting experience, to say the least. But we got over Mount Crawford and got down into the forest, and that gave us a lot of shelter, so that was nice. And then shortly after the sun came out, so yeah, go figure. And then it was a nice, well, not so nice, it was a very hard long slog downhill, which was very jarring on the knees. So, but then once we got to the bottom, really nice sections along through the bush, at a fairly gentle gradient, so that was good. Yeah, some of the sections in there were pretty rugged. A lot of tree fall and very difficult going, so hence the long time that it took us to get here. So yeah, a hard day, but a really good day, and everybody is really stoked with what we've done today. It's just been epic. So that was day 69, done and dusted. Gonna have a bit of a wash and cook up a meal and go to sleep. Surprise, surprise. Well, we just left Araroa hut, and we're just hitting the trail first thing in the morning, and today we're heading back into civilization. It's day 70 today, so heading to Waikanae, and been out in the bush for, well, it's our 4th day, so everybody's looking forward to getting back to civilization for a bit of a change, so that'll be nice. Today started out with a bit of a steep climb up the hill once we got into the bush, but now we're onto this long, steady, gentle climb on a track with a good surface, so really quite enjoying this trail. Track, which is the last track on the in the Araroas for us, so we're done. That was 4 days that were just immense. As Shane said before, this trail is going to kick our ass right till the very end, and it did. Even the last little section was difficult, so that was hard work, but we're out of there now, and now we've got a little bit of road walking to get into Waikanae, and then we can rest up. So that's hard work. Very proud of myself and the rest of the crew. We all stepped up and did a huge job to get out of there. That was such fun. Oh, I love this place. We're on the last road trudge into Waikanae. I don't even know how many k's it is ahead of us, but still a few to go. There's the team following along behind, and then up front. Look at this. I don't know whose idea it was, but somebody suggested ordering in pizza. Absolute genius. to Waikanae, end of another day, day 70, so yeah, yet another big day. It was a huge mission, but we got off the Araroa Ranges and we can tick the one off, so that's a huge achievement, so very, very pleased with that. Staying here at River Pa, which is a very nice place, very laid back, very cruisy. We're sleeping in this old church building behind me. They've got some beds set up in there, and they've got a kitchen and showers and toilets and laundry and everything. So I've got pretty much all my clothes in the washing machine because I'm absolutely reeking at the moment, or was before I had a shower. My clothes are reeking, and yeah, very overdue for a wash. So yeah, we're just settling in here. We're going to have a bit of a rest, have some dinner, and then think about the walk tomorrow in towards Wellington. So we'll be in civilization from here on in through Wellington, and Wellington is now tantalisingly close. So I'm almost there. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Hopefully, it might be a bit of a cafe crawl from here on. Take it easy, take my time to get in there and stop at a few cafes along the way.